Beckley Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry getting you ready for the main event, and that is a boys basketball game between the G-Men from Graham, Virginia, right outside, right there in Bluefield, right across the state line. They are 9-1, winners of 8 in a row. Against the Beckley Flying Eagles, they are 4-5, but they have won their last 2. Eric, Beckley was scheduled to play Cabell Midland last night. They didn't play because there was no school in Raleigh County, so that game's been postponed. It will be made up at a later time. So basically, you're looking at Beckley. This is really the halfway point for them with this game tonight, and this is a big challenge. Graham is 9-1, as I mentioned, the winners of 8 in a row. Their only loss was to Bluefield, West Virginia. They also beat another in-state school in Summit Christian. We had a chance to see them. We know how good they are, so this will be Graham's third matchup against a West Virginia team. And for Beckley, you look at their schedule, they've played the who's who of high school basketball like they always do, and they got a big matchup against Graham here tonight.
Yeah, and Graham, you know what you get with them. Anytime, a school is really good, prolific in football, it tends to trend to basketball as well. And you're going to get a lot of athletes out here, well-coached team, and it's going to be a good matchup.
Yeah, this is only the second meeting between these two schools ever. Beckley won the only matchup that these teams have played. That was in this building some time ago when a certain NFL football player that won a Super Bowl played for Graham, and that was Ahmad Bradshaw. He went to Marshall, then he went on to the NFL, and he was part of the New York Football Giants win over the New England Patriots. So that's the only time that these two teams have played before tonight.
Yeah, and I remember him.
It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
We gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports. Has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Midstate Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Midstate Ford, home of the Big John deals.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. You can contact Luke Richmond, the broker, Steve Morgan, the associate broker. You can check them out on the website at exitelevationwv.com. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Edward Jones. Edward Jones, your financial advisors. If you're changing jobs or just retiring and you need some steps to walk through for your financial advisors, you can check out these 4 in the Beckley area, which is Heather Cantley, Tracy Houck, Brooke Dempsey, and Ben Worley. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. They have quality custom cabinets. They're a proud sponsor of local sports. Been around since 1974. You can check them out at 304-252-2917. And the game tonight brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. And they have a 24-lane bowling center with a full-service restaurant. Bring your family, join the league, book your next birthday party there. Dial up Leisure Lanes, 304-253-7328. Well, Eric, as we mentioned, Graham, 9-1, winners of 8 in a row. Their only loss to Bluefield, West Virginia. On the flip side for Beckley, they've had a little bit of a gauntlet, and they're trying to get to 500 as they are 4-5. They were a 2-point loser to Greenbrier East. They beat Buchanan by 4, lost to Capital by 1. They beat Oak Hill twice. They dropped games to Wyoming East and James Monroe in the Little General event. Lost to Huntington that you and I had. And then I thought perhaps this might be a turnaround for their season, the way they were able to rally to beat South Charleston on this floor by 1 point in the New River tournament, and then bounce back with that win over South Charleston with a big win against their rival Oak Hill for the second time.
Yeah, and, shook up the lineup a little bit. And now let's see here if Beckley can string what will be their third victory
in a row.
coming against a tough opponent, because when you're a team like Graham, you schedule games, but you don't schedule a game unless you know you got the team that can come in and get the win.
Well, what I understand, of course, Beckley had been playing Bluefield in West Virginia and Princeton forever, and the fact that Princeton went to AAA, even though they play in other sports, they play in girls basketball, they play in football, and they play in other sports, for whatever reason, Princeton decided not to play Beckley this year, as Bluefield decided not to play Beckley this year. So Beckley were looking for games. They ended up with a home-and-home with East Fairmont and a home-and-home here with the Graham G-Men.
Two tough opponents, too, because if you look on the Virginia side, this Graham team, of course, as you said, coming in 9-1, and that East Fairmont opponent, they're going to be a tough out as well. So this is the type of Beckley team that has to play hard every possession, has to take care of the basketball. It can't rely on just its talent alone.
Todd Baker is the head coach in his 8th year. I remember him. He played at Bluefield State. And, Eric, you have their starting lineup.
They'll go this way, Maris. They'll go with Channing DeCibio coming in, averaging 17 points a night. The second leading scorer, Ty Martin, at 15 a night. They'll go with Gage Painter. They also go with Campbell Fix, another double-figure scorer, at 10 a night. And rounding out the starting lineup is Ty Kennard.
By the way, for Graham, as you mentioned, Ty Martin, the team's second leading scorer, his mom will be our halftime guest. And you say, why is his mom our halftime guest? Because she is Dr. Serena Starcher, and she is the superintendent of Raleigh County Schools, and we'll have her on at halftime. Looking forward to that.
Looking forward to that. Anytime we can get the superintendent on and shed some light on her day-to-day job. It's a tough job. And
yes,
she
it
does
is.
a really great job.
And since she's been the superintendent, what a great job she's done in Raleigh County. Of course, we've had assistant superintendents on, and now time to put on the superintendent herself. There's Graham being introduced. Eric, you gave their lineup, wearing gray trimmed in maroon and gold. For Beckley, they're introducing Preston Clary, the team's leading scorer. Kingston Clark also being introduced. It'll be Gage Burdett. And it'll be Isaiah Jones, and Jordan Robinson will be the starting 5. And Coach Kidd went to this starting lineup a couple games ago and has played dividends for Beckley as he went to this lineup against South Charleston, against Oak Hill, and they came away with 2 wins. A chance for Beckley to get right at 500 if they can win tonight and go 5-5.
Yeah, and nothing heals any kind of wounds like the way Beckley started. If you can string another win together, you give you some confidence down the stretch.
The opening tip of the ball game is brought to you by State Farm. Your local State Farm agent is Scotty Brown in Shady Spring. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You can dial Scotty up at 681-238-6130. Of course, we see this every game. The other team's always out, and Beckley has to go back and huddle up for the final 15, 20 seconds before they come out.
They got to get all that coaching.
I suppose. And whatever works for you. So Graham is ready, and you look like Beckley may have a height advantage as we look at the players out on the floor for Graham. And let's see who's going to get in the center circle. It looks like it'll be Gage Palmer that will jump, and I'm sure he'll jump against Isaiah Jones for Beckley. Now the Flying Eagles will break the huddle. Beckley wearing the home white.
It looks like they've shaken up their lineup if you look at Graham.
Well, let's see, they got Martin, 12. They got Fix, 5. They got 3 Kennard. Is 2 out there? Yep, no, it's the same 5, right? Ball in the air, and Beckley controls the tip. Here's Burdett. Second meeting ever between Beckley and Graham. Graham just across the state line in Bluefield, Virginia. Here's Burdett on the drive. Into the lane, they cut him off. Robinson thought it's too close, Eric. I got to back behind the three-point line.
Yeah, but right now you can see the tough half-court D.
And Preston Clay with a pass down low to Jones, and Jones able to squeeze it in there and score the game's first points.
And this is Jones coming off of a 12-point outing against Oak Hill in the last win.
And here's some, too. You don't see Jones out there guarding the guy handling the ball for the opposing team.
Yeah, Beckley does a lot of switching, so that means they are confident in his footwork. And wide open shot from Martin here.
Martin dials up a 3, and he goes right down the chute with a 3 ball. And Graham with the first lead. Graham with the pressure. Preston Clary trying to answer the 3 back on the other end. It's too strong, but Jones cleans it up and draws the foul and will get to the line.
Big man Jones said, you gave me the first assist the regular way, and this time, Preston, I'll clean up your mess and get to the free throw line.
So Isaiah Jones at the free throw line to shoot a pair. We're a minute into the ball game. Jones, left-handed shooter, first free throw on its way and is good. So Jones' second free throw coming up. And the free throw on its way, and he needs a roll, and he got it, and Beckley regains the lead. So this is Gage Palmer who will walk it up, and then he'll hand the ball over to DeCibio. DeCibio, the team's leading scorer at 17 a game. And that was Kennard, I beg your pardon, that brought it up.
Nice ball fake.
Yeah, this is DeCibio with it now. It's into traffic and try to draw the foul and no whistle. And Beckley able to get the loose ball. And back the other way is Burdett. Burdett down the lane, pulls up, little short shot in the lane. Back iron, no good. Battle for the rebound, and Graham comes out of there with it.
Ty Martin on the run.
Martin on the move. Finds DeCibio in the near corner. Three on its way. Good. A splashdown from the near corner, and Graham back in front.
And Graham running off the miss, getting out and running.
Here's Clary head of the lane. Trying to go off the dribble, spins into traffic. Nice delivery down low for the big fella. Jones is able to get the easy bucket and tie the game.
All 6 points. Two off of the assist from Clary, and I like that.
Yes.
The senior not forcing the action, drawing the defense, and giving it up. That's a true unselfish play.
DeCibio right down the lane with the left hand, and Graham back in front.
And that's just too easy right there. Just straight line drive to the bucket.
Yeah, you can see why DeCibio averages 17 a game. Here's Burdett. He'll try to answer a little floater in the lane, and he answers the Graham bucket with a little floater of his own right down the center of the lane.
Yeah, but right now both teams lacking on the defensive side of the basketball because too many easy shots and nothing contested really. 2 open threes for Graham.
Here's Fix trying to go around the screen. DeCibio says, "Come and set a ball screen." DeCibio goes around the screen. Leans in, throws the ball down low. Good ball movement. Here's an open look for three, and it's good as Fix gives Graham the lead with a 3 ball.
And right now, the 3 leading scorers all showing up for the G-men.
Robinson off the dribble inside the 3-point line, knocks it down. A little short baseline shot to bring Beckley within 1.
I don't know, Maris. Is this just good offense?
Yeah, well.
Just good offense. Both teams are.
Martin on a curl, gets to the lane, nice head and shoulder fake, draws the foul. They'll say it's on the floor.
And that'll be on Clark, Kingston Clark for Beckley. His first, the team's.
As we watch the replay here. Right there, a good head and shoulder fake by Martin as he got into the lane. Graham to inbound on the baseline. Can't get it in, they finally do. Fix has it now. Now Martin shaking and baking into the lane, puts a tough shot up. Count if it goes, and he's fouled. What a play by Martin. Ty Martin, that was just a better offense. You talk about, the defense, but it's really been much better offense here in this first quarter.
Yeah, and that one's going to be whistled on Gage Burdett as he got called on the hold. And if you're going to foul, you definitely don't want to give up the and one attempt.
Martin, a 15-point-a-game scorer, will try to polish off a 3-point play. And the free throw is good. So here's Beckley with the possession.
Looks like a switch up on defense here.
Burdett open, dials up a 3 from downtown. It won't go. Battle for the rebound. It's knocked out. Can Clary save it? He cannot. And the ball will go over to Graham.
Got the open look you wanted, just not able to knock it down. And
as we come up on the halfway point of the opening quarter, it's been a very exciting, entertaining quarter. A lot of offense. That's what we like, right, Eric?
Yeah, it's definitely up and down.
Martin's had a big first half of this first quarter. He puts it on the deck, finds Fix in the near corner. 3 ball. He's short. Battle for the rebound, and Clark comes out of there with it for Beckley.
And the G-men do a good job of matching up in transition D.
Robinson for 3. Got it. A splash down in the near corner for Robinson, his 5th point. And that's why he gets the starting nod, Eric, because Coach Ron Kidd, like I said, we've named him the microwave. He heats up in a hurry.
He said, I don't need it. I'm the main dish now. Hey, I'm not the leftovers now. Put me in.
Yeah.
Get it while it's hot.
Right. I'm on day one, not on day two, right? Here's Fix looking for a screen. DeCivio thought about the three. Martin with it right in front of us. Clary draws him. Trying to set up a play in the post. They go down to Kennard on the low post.
Nice
DeCivio will dial it up for three and hit. Boy, Graham's got their shooting shoes on as they're dialing it up. Right down the lane. Burdett, and he traveled, and Beckley turns it over.
Got a little too deep right there, Burdett. I like what he was about to do on the three.
And one thing, Eric, you would agree, with 2:47 left in the opening quarter, Beckley's already surrendered 17 points. Not something that Coach Kidd would be happy about.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's what I said. It looked like, is it better offense or just poor defense? But I think it's a little bit of both because this Graham team, you can see they're fine-tuned. They find the shooters. They space well.
They go down low to Fix. Fix cut him off. Here's Martin. Backs it back out and reset the offense for the G-men. Martin on a drive. Throws the ball, and the ball comes right here to Eric. And Eric's going to shoot it, as he's well known for, right?
I guess, yeah.
Yes. By the way, that's Eric on the left for the ones that don't know. But Eric, you and I look just alike. People can't tell us apart, right?
That's right. What a hook.
He stepped out of bounds.
Yeah.
And being stepped out of bounds, that's Martin. He'll turn it over.
And A.J. Thomas makes his first appearance in the contest for Beckley.
So A.J. Thomas, as you mentioned, into the game. Robinson will dial it up for three and hit it. A three ball. Big first quarter for Robinson. He's got half their points, right? 8?
Yes, 8.
2 threes and a 2. And that's his second three from the corner. So back and forth we go. Graham with the ball in a 1-point lead. Here's Fix with it. They find Martin. Around the horn they go to Kennard. Down low, Fix leans in, off the glass, up and in.
Nice play off the curl as Fix gets his fifth
And
point.
Jones not really ready for the pass, and Beckley turns it over. And really, I don't think that was so much on Jones. I just think he never got set, and I think Beckley just forced that.
Forced it up. Sped it up a little too much.
So here's Graham as Fix will walk it up. Fix averaging 10 a game, and they turn it over. And Coach Baker's like, what are you talking about? So both teams have turned it over on their last possession. And A.J. Thomas will get set to put the ball in play for Beckley. Here's Burdett.
Got numbers here. Well, you see that Graham's adjusted by getting up on the shooter in Robinson.
Coming up on the final minute of the first quarter. Here's Clary off the dribble into the lane. They cut him off. He leans in, scoops up the shot. It won't go. That was really good defense. The ball was loose out of bounds, and it will stay with Beckley. So Beckley will inbound the ball in the corner. And Burdett to put it in play. And the ball's almost stolen. And it's off of A.J. Thomas, and Beckley turns it over. That's a good defensive play by Graham. The G-men get the turnover as we watch the replay. Off of his leg, looks like A.J. Thomas was out of bounds when he threw the ball off of the Graham defender. So on the turnover, let's see if Graham will hold it for the final shot of quarter number 1. New player in the game, Doug Palmer into the ball game. There's a Gage Palmer wears 11 and Doug Palmer that wears 10. Here's Fix off the drive, gets the ball to Martin. DeCivio's directing traffic. And you got to think now, Eric, as much as they've held the ball this possession, they'll probably take the final shot of the first quarter.
It looks like they're going to be comfortable with getting out of the first quarter with at least a 3-point lead.
DeCibio down low. Good double team. Beckley playing good defense. 7 seconds left in the quarter. DeCibio, tough shot. It hits up under the basket. Beckley's got a chance. 3-pointer, will they get it off? It'll count. No, it won't count. And it doesn't go anyway. And at the end of one, it's a 3-point lead for the G-Men of Graham. They lead Beckley 19-16. Back with the second quarter coming up next here on Video Productions.
At Access Health, many of our physicians begin their journey here. They trained with us, grew with us, and chose to stay. Because Access Health isn't just where their careers began, it's where they found home. Here, caring means more than medicine. It's knowing your patients and being part of their lives. They've grown with Access Health and with the community that welcome them. What sets Access Health apart isn't just the care we give, it's the people who grow with us and the community we call home. Access Health. When the need grows, so do we.
Game is brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company. Infinity Coal Company, they're located in Sophia, West Virginia, and they're built on a foundation of safety and innovation and teamwork. The fine people at Infinity Coal. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. For all your favorite Italian dishes, you want Pasquale's. Dial them up, 304-255-5253. Ready for the second quarter, and Eric, we get a minute. Both teams really shot the ball well in that first quarter. We'll have you give those numbers after this possession, as Fix will dial up a three, and it won't go. Clary with the rebound, and we got a jump ball, and Beckley will keep the possession. While we got a minute, Eric, you got the numbers of the first quarter.
Yeah, and both teams came out with hot shooting as Graham was 7 of 10 from the field goal, from the floor for 70%, and 4 of 5 from 3.
And Beckley shot it well as well.
They shot 6 of 10 from the field and 2 of 4 from 3.
So here's a turnover by Beckley, as Preston Clary stepped on the sideline right there in front of the Graham bench.
Yeah, just got to be aware of your spacing, and the Graham defense forced that because the offense had to start so high.
So, you know, a lot of these games, Eric, like we saw the first quarter, 19-16, both teams putting the ball in the basket, and a lot of times starting the second quarter has a tendency for that to kind of fall off a lot. The defenses kind of catch up.
Law of averages.
Yeah, as A.J. Thomas comes up with the steal. A.J. Thomas fake, puts up a shot. It won't go. He'll draw the foul and get to the line. That's a nice play by A.J. Thomas.
Yeah, and that time I think he was right in not making that pass. Get fake and gets a foul on DeCibio and gets to the free throw line. A.J. Thomas.
So A.J. Thomas will shoot 2, trying to get Beckley within 1. Graham 9-1, winners of 8 in a row.
And that is the first foul of the game whistled on the visiting G-men.
Beckley is 4-5, winners of 2 in a row. And now they trail by 2 as A.J. Thomas makes the first of 2. Second free throw on its way. Got them both. Now Beckley down 1. And Beckley gets the turnover. So Beckley's pressure forces a Graham turnover.
And good out of the make. Beckley being able to extend that pressure.
Ball comes out to Preston Clary. Clary shaking and baking. Tries to attack the basket. Good defense by DeCibio, and Clary throws it away. 2-on-2. Fix finds Martin on the trail. Martin gets inside. Finds DeCibio, who trails, shoots a 3, and head a 3-ball. A splashdown.
Third of the night, 11 points for DeCibio.
And they score off a Beckley turnover. Burdett finds an opening, tacks the basket, lays it up, and it won't go. It spins around the rim, back the other way, comes the G-men. And a turnover, as that is Doug Palmer as he travels and gives the ball back to Beckley.
Hard luck miss on the other end by Gage Burdett. Did everything right, just a tough miss. Got to keep attacking.
Clark will check into the game. Jones will have a seat.
So now, if you look, it's the height advantage is pretty even now across the board.
And here's Beckley with it. Burdett. Clark trying to post up. Clary finds him down low. Good head and shoulders fake, and they strip him from behind. The ball's out of bounds. It'll stay with Beckley.
Good ball fake and good defense. Quick hands by Graham.
So it'll be Burdett to put the ball in play under Beckley's own basket. They find Clark all alone. They forgot about him as Clark slips in through the Graham defense, able to catch, shoot, and score right in front of the rim. 2 minutes into the second quarter, 2-point lead for Graham. Here's DeCivio with it. Here's Fix. They get the ball in the post, and they throw it away, or do they? Nope. They say last touch by Beckley. And the ball will stay with Graham. Coach Kidd doesn't agree. But unfortunately, Eric, they can't come and look at the video. And actually, I couldn't tell. I didn't see we didn't have a replay.
Tough angle.
And I did not see it in real time.
It looks like it was bang bang. Looks like a get call. Just live to play some defense.
And here is Gage Palmer with it, way out high for Graham. A.J. Thomas is all over him.
Good switch. That's a five.
And that is a five, and that's a timeout. So 5.5 remaining till halftime. 2-point Graham lead. And let's see if we have it's a 30-second timeout. So while we got some time, tell you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. Pepsi is a proud sponsor. You can enjoy the nice ice-cold taste of a blue can of Pepsi. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. If you have a plumbing and heating problem, the only number you need to dial up is 304-253-HELP for Modley's. And the game tonight also brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Love me some Cracker Barrel. Had lunch there the other day. I highly recommend the meatloaf with the great vegetables like green beans, cooked carrots. If you want to check out the menu at Cracker Barrel, just go to crackerbarrel.com. Well, Eric, this has been a very good, very competitive, what we thought first half. And Beckley, you and I have done all their home games, and this looks like a much different team that we're seeing tonight that we saw the earlier part of the season.
Well, it seems they're figuring out what they need to do as far as playing hard. This is a well-coached, good Graham team, not going to lay down. But both teams, I think this is going to be a heavyweight battle the rest of the way.
Here's Martin with it. Now Martin will give it up to Gage Palmer. There's two Palmers on the floor as DeCivio has it now. A.J. Thomas all over DeCivio. But down in the lane, Martin, tough shot off the glass, a little too strong. Thought he was fouled, no whistle. Beckley with a chance to tie or get their first lead since it was 4-3. Burdett down the lane. Clary shoots for the lead. He's got it, and Beckley has got their first lead since it was 4-3 early in the ball game.
And Preston Clary staying the course, really spreading the wealth and hitting the big shot there in the what I can say, that's transition bucket right
and
there.
I think what's really been the difference is Beckley's really turned it up on the defensive end of the floor in the second quarter.
And I think that's due to A.J. Thomas getting infused in the offense. They've been able to switch. He's been applying a lot of pressure on the ball and another turnover.
Yeah, like I said, I think that's been the difference of the way Beckley, not how they started the game, but how they started the second quarter.
Yeah, exactly right. Your assessment is spot on because the Graham offense, and I said this, in the first quarter, They made a lot of shots, but it was a lot of easy, uncontested shots.
Here's A.J. Thomas around the horn. Burdett with it, looks for a cutter. He finds Robinson, and that's an illegal screen, and they'll get A.J. Thomas on an illegal pick. So Robinson, they were trying to get him free to dial up a three ball. And Graham will have the ball with a chance to regain the lead. Coming up at halftime, of course, we'll recap the first half. I have a special guest, Superintendent of Raleigh County Schools, Dr. Serena Starcher will be my halftime guest. Graham trying to get somebody free. Kennard looks, coming up on the halfway point here of the second quarter. Beckley, like I said, been outstanding defense in this second quarter. And making Graham's offense, Eric, start further out. As Martin tries to post up Burdett. He gets into the lane, a little fall away for the lead. It won't go. Burdett has the rebound. Here's Robinson off the dribble into the lane. Pull up from 15. It won't go. Maybe he was too close.
As you stated, a little too close. May get to steal. Oh, nice
Beautiful pass and a great finish. Is a nice catch by Palmer. Gage Palmer able to catch, shoot, and score, and Graham has regained the lead.
Well, that was a tough catch.
Yeah, nice pass down to Clark. A little short shot is good. Beckley now back in front. Back and forth we go like a seesaw. We're still seeing some good offensive plays, but the defense has taken over in the second quarter.
Both teams are really getting down and defending.
Coming up on the 3-minute mark of the first half. Here's Martin with it. Now to Scibio. DeCibio, contested three. It won't go, but an offensive rebound. Fix. Out to DeCibio, and we got an offensive foul as A.J. Thomas able to stand in there and take the charge.
And Fix picks up his first, team second of the quarter. And a big play. Way to stand in there if you're A.J. Thomas. He's going. I always say this. I joke about it. If there's a foul to be had, he's going to be around it because you know why though?
Because he's an aggressive player.
He's an aggressive player. He's not scared to stand in there. And those are 50-50 calls by a ref. Official.
Ball knocked out.
And you have to be willing to take that charge.
Eric, if Tom Brady can calm the refs, you can too.
That's right.
How about that?
He has a little more stature than I do,
Well, but here locally, your stature maybe not be quite Tom Brady, but it's good as there's a little floater. Clary missed it, but got his own rebound.
And why didn't he shoot that?
Yeah, he was right under the basket.
Point
He gave
blank.
it to Clark. Here's A.J. Thomas. He'll dial it up for three and hit it. Three ball by A.J. Thomas, and Beckley with its biggest lead here of the night, lead by 4.
Yeah, on the film the next day, I bet Preston Clary look at that and go,
like he probably thinking himself, yeah, why didn't he shoot it? And there's going to be another turnover.
Yeah.
But that's been the difference of how Beckley's gotten back into this game is what they've been able to do on the defensive end of the floor.
And that makes all the difference in the world. This team has to defend. It has to battle on the boards. I mean, it can't take a night off.
And here's the thing, too, Eric. You have a good shooter in Lucas Rainey. He's not even gotten in the game yet. But it's been the defense. As A.J. Thomas will dial it up for three and hit his second three ball in a row.
A.J. Thomas says, Lucas Rainey, my man, I'm going to shoot one for you, Lucas, as he dials up another three.
7-point advantage, a football score, biggest lead of the night. DeCibio down the lane. It's a block. Count it if it goes, and it goes. As A.J. Thomas will be whistled for the foul, and DeCibio looks like he's shaken up as they collided right down the lane, and a nice play by DeCibio. Let's see if we can get the replay, and here it is.
And there was the look, and we talked about
coming right at you.
They're a tad late.
I think that was a great call by the official. As DeCibio looks like he's going to be okay, as he'll step up to the free throw line to try to polish off a three-point play. But this has been high-level basketball that we're seeing here in this first half.
And a tough second foul pickup if you're A.J. Thomas. You were there a tad late, but still willing to stand in and take that. And he's going to have to come off the floor. And I think the minutes that he gave this Beckley team, it really lifted them up.
I do, too. I think he gave him a lot of energy.
Yes.
So got a new player into the game for Graham. You've got Doug Palmer on the floor along with Gage Palmer. 2 Palmers on the floor as DeCibio, the team's leading scorer at 17 a game, will try to polish off a three-point play. Free throw on its way and is good.
And that's 14 in the first half.
And now they put the full court pressure on Beckley. Here's Clary. Bounce pass down to Jones. Jones with a layup, and he scores.
Oh, I like how he went. He's a lefty and went to the right-hand finish around the rim.
Yeah, I like how he hesitated, collected himself, and able to finish, like you said. He's a lefty, but he was able to finish with the right hand.
And that's 8 points for Jones.
Here's DeCibio. And that's one thing, neither team has really fouled. It's been a well-called game.
Well,
just
I
two
like ref this way. Good-looking shot.
DeCibio for three, it's off, and that's a tough shot. The ball's out of bounds, and which way will it go? It'll stay here with Graham.
Man, this has been high-level basketball. I like this action.
And we just got a score from the NFL game that Denver in overtime has eliminated Buffalo 33-30. So the Broncos will host the AFC Championship game next weekend. Now back to basketball. DeCivio open for three. And he might miss because he hesitated and because he put it on the floor. If he'd have shot it when he first had it, he might have made it. Just like now. Well, he's decided to shoot, and now he'll draw the foul. And Graham will inbound the ball because the foul happened on the drive.
And I think that's going to be on Kingston Clark on the push.
But wouldn't you agree? If he hadn't dribbled, if he would have just shot it when he caught it, right?
I 100% agree. And that's one thing that never pause. Go with your first instinct. Fire it up. I think he paused, took the dribble, and that messed the rhythm up.
The ball comes way out high to Fix. We're under a minute for the half. What's been a very entertaining, exciting first half. And Clary commits the foul. So now, Eric, that is 4 team fouls on Beckley.
And 2 quick ones, and you don't want to put them at the free throw line if you're Beckley. Graham can chew into this lead. They'll shoot free throws with the next foul.
Yeah, as Clark knocks the ball out of bounds, it'll stay with Graham with 51 seconds left in that. But you're right, up 6. You don't want to commit a foul and have Graham be able to get points with the clock stopped and get at the free throw line.
Yeah, that's one thing you don't want to do, play straight-up defense.
And if you're Graham, you want to be aggressive and drive, and maybe you can get that foul.
No doubt that they're going to be aggressive as they get it out to Martin.
And here's Martin.
These guys attack. They have some assassins at the guard position.
Martin shaking and baking. Martin, he will drive. Finish. Beautiful play as Martin gets to the rim and lays it up and in.
First points of the second quarter.
Here's Burdett. He's in trouble in the backcourt. Throws the ball, and here's Robinson. Robinson will attack. They cut him off. Clark on the trail in the lane misses the shot. And here's Graham. A pass way ahead of the field. And what do we got? An offensive foul. And that's an offensive foul on Gage Palmer.
On Gage Burdett, taking one.
So Gage on Gage right there.
And if you're Beckley, you'd have to think that they're going to hold it for one, but Graham's not going to allow him. This press was effective right here. Gage.
You didn't want to throw the ball in the corner where Burdett went to, and you don't want to pick up your dribble there. You want to push it up. You got to go quick if you're Beckley. 8 seconds left in the half. Burdett whips it. Clary attacks the basket, left of the lane, and he scores with the left hand. And at the break, Beckley's going to take a 6-point lead into the locker room. A big second quarter, and at halftime, it's Beckley 35, Graham 29. We'll take a break, and we will have Dr. Serena Starcher, Superintendent of Raleigh County Schools, to be my halftime guest on the other side of the break here on Video Productions.
We gave a future driver a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports, has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Mid-State Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Mid-State Ford, home of the Big John deals.
At Access Health, many of our physicians begin their journey here. They trained with us, grew with us, and chose to stay. Because Access Health isn't just where their careers began, it's where they found home. Here, caring means more than medicine. It's knowing your patients and being part of their lives. They've grown with Access Health and with the community that welcomed them. What sets Access Health apart isn't just the care we give, it's the people who grow with us and the community we call home. Access Health. When the need grows, so do we.
And we welcome you back to the Raleigh County Convention Center at the break. Beckley with a 6-point lead over Graham, 35-29. Before we go back to talk about basketball, we have the superintendent of Raleigh County Schools, Dr. Serena Starcher, joins us. And should I call you doctor? Should I call you Serena? What should I call Miss Starcher?
Serena's fine.
Serena's fine. I like that, too, on a first-name basis. And I always felt very comfortable with you the first time that I met you, and I think that's important. But anyway, first we'll talk a little basketball. I know your son plays for Graham, and he's quite a player, and that is Tom Martin, and he's had a big first half for Graham.
Well, thank you. Yes, I told him, I won't be cheering for you tonight, son. At least not out loud. I can't cheer against Woodrow, so it's a challenging night.
I know, even though you are the superintendent of Raleigh County, it's okay to root for your son.
He knows he won't hear my voice tonight.
Okay.
It's been a good game. Woodrow and Graham, they're both playing.
Well, you know, I go to a lot of schools in Raleigh County, from grade schools. We had the grade school championship, middle schools, high schools. I hear a lot of good things. Tell the public of what's going on here in Raleigh County as we're getting ready to start the second semester.
Sure. So the second semester starts Wednesday. We did have to delay it a day because of the weather.
Right.
But first semester's been good. We've had, obviously, we started the year kind of on a high note. Our test scores are improving in the county, and we continue to work on our attendance rate. I've done some videos this year just trying to get people to help work with us, you know, on attendance. That is something we want to focus. We are focused on. But we have some great things going on, like our virtual school. That's something, you know, some students, especially after COVID, some students just haven't come back, you know, whether it's, you know, homeschool, private school, virtual school. So we've expanded our virtual school, and we've seen a significant enrollment in our virtual school, which is good for us this year. We have an initiative that we started last year, but it's really taken off this year. It's called PBIS. It's really focused on discipline and you know, working with our students, making sure they truly understand behavioral expectations before we ever go down that road of discipline.
Right.
So across the county, we've seen a dramatic decrease in our discipline, and we're very pleased with that. We've had all but one group of our LSIC reports or meetings, so far, and all principals are talking about that discipline and how we've really made some great gains there. So we're really pleased with what our schools are doing there. Go ahead.
Yeah, one thing too, you know, of course, athletics and academics always go hand in hand. You've got to have the academics to be able to be an athlete, a student athlete, and I think that's great. And I think also one of the projects, I'm sure you're relieved and pleased that the gymnasium at Park Middle School is finally completed, and they're finally having PE classes and finally having ball games there.
That is true. The project itself is ongoing. I don't know if you're aware, the concession stand isn't
I haven't been
yet.
in the new facility yet, but I'm hoping to get there soon.
Yes. So the substantial completion date given by our contractors, May 14th of this year. It's been a long project, and I know I've said many times to parents, thank you for your patience. That's all I can say as superintendent. It's been a very long process. So we're pleased to see that coming to a conclusion. The other phase that we've been working on at Park, closing the breezeway and tearing down the old gym.
Right.
That's also supposed to be completed in May. I'm just not as sure about May 14th for that. But both projects are progressing well. And then obviously something great, December 15th, we received a $12 million Needs Project Award for Woodrow Wilson High School. So that project, we had actually hoped to get it bid out in February. We're going to be a little delayed this spring sometime, but that's going to see some amazing things done at Woodrow. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, it's a great time.
Yeah, and hopefully we won't have too much bad weather where you won't have to call school off too much or have remote learning for kids and teachers.
Well, the remote learning days are finished. We don't have any more.
Okay.
We've used all 5 of those. We have 2 days left that we can miss before we have to start making up. So anyone listening, 2 more days. I'm hopeful that the weather is with us the rest of the year. But yes, we have 2 more days, and then we will start making up, and that will be at the end of the school year.
Yeah, we at Video Productions like to get those games in because we know we have too many school days and too many games that are postponed. A lot of them start to back up, and sometimes we may not get them all in.
You're absolutely right. But December was tough. That was an early winter, I'd say, for us. But hopefully we can get into at least February before we see another day.
Right.
But yeah, 2 more days.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time. I'm going to let you get back. I know that we're going to have an exciting second half, and I'm sure you'll have something to say to your son after the game, whether they win or lose here tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, anyway, he's a fine player, and I've really, I understand he's a sophomore. He's the second leading scorer, and I've been very impressed. In fact, I spoke with his coaches prior to the game, and they told me, you're really going to like him as a player, and I do. And I'm saying that not because you're here, because I think he's a fine player.
I appreciate that.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time. Dr. Serena Starcher, Superintendent of Schools at Raleigh County. We'll take a break, come back, and recap the first half here on Video Productions. Thank you so much.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
At Access Health, many of our physicians begin their journey here. They trained with us, grew with us, and chose to stay. Because Access Health isn't just where their careers began, it's where they found home. Here, caring means more than medicine. It's knowing your patients and being part of their lives. They've grown with Access Health and with the community that welcomed them. What sets Access Health apart isn't just the care we give, it's the people who grow with us and the community we call home. Access Health. When the need grows, so do we.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
All right, real quick, we're going to go inside the numbers of the first half, brought to you by Direct Choice Pre-Owned Vehicles, located at 4631 Robert C. Bird Drive, and also being brought to you by Allstate. You're in good hands with Allstate. You're in good hands with Lori Richmond as your agent. And, Eric, you have the numbers of the first half.
Yeah, once again, 35-29 halftime score. Beckley with the lead. 14 points of the 29 coming for Graham, coming from Channing DeCibio. And, boy, he's been real hot. Made three three-pointers in the first half. 101 from the free throw line for 14. And Ty Martin, he has 8 points for Graham. Leading the way for Beckley, 8 points off the bench. Didn't get the start tonight as A.J. Thomas came in to knock down 2 threes.
And, Eric, he was so hot and had such a good second quarter, he started in the second half. And I think that's a coach kid. We're going to play the hot hand. And, you don't have to stay married to anything, but if something's working, you want to stick with it. And I agree with you. You had made the comment that having A.J. Thomas, when he was inserted into the lineup, he gave Beckley a lift. As Fix will dial it up for 3, it won't go, and A.J. Thomas there with a rebound.
And one thing he can do out of this is he can get the ball up the court.
So here's Beckley with their first possession. They led by as many as 7 in the first quarter. They have a 6-point lead now. Clary. They cut him off. Burdett around the screen. Burdett to the rim. Head and shoulder fake. Leans in. Nice shovel pass to Clark in traffic. Clark not able to score. He had a good look.
I think that time Gage Burdett would have been better off dropping it in the bucket. He was right there, but good unselfish play, and both teams come out and miss their first opportunity.
So here's Graham. They're 9-1. Martin on the drive, and that's an offensive foul as Martin lowered his shoulder right into the chest of Burdett.
Yes. That was an easy call.
I know you didn't get a chance to hear the interview with Ty Martin's mom, Dr. Serena Starcher, but she said tonight she doesn't root for Graham. She's just got, because she's the superintendent of Raleigh County, she's just got to be neutral and won't say anything to him until after the game. How about that? I said, you always got to root for your son, right?
Yeah, you got. I like that.
And I don't think no one would blame her if she rooted for Graham tonight because her son plays on the team. I get that. A fine lady, and she's doing a great job as the superintendent. As Robinson will dial it up for 3 and hit. That's his third 3 from the corner. And Robinson with the hot hand. And Beckley with their biggest lead of the game right here.
And I didn't get a chance. And he was tied with A.J. Thomas with 8 points. So that puts him with 11.
Yeah, that's his third 3. As here's Clary with the miss. On the move. Clary to the foul line. Bounce pass to Burdett. Head and shoulder fake. And he got hit in the head. and now he gets tied up, and it's a held ball. But Burdett got hit in the head, thought it was a foul and no whistle until the held ball. Watch the play. Oh, he got kicked in the head.
Yeah, that's tough. If you've ever been kicked in the head, it's tough to play on.
Yeah, when people hear me broadcast, they think I've been kicked in the head multiple times.
No, they think you've been dropped on your head.
Oh, is that what it is?
Early on.
Clary gets to the rim and lays it up and in. And Beckley with a double-digit lead.
And this is the point of the game where we've seen it early on. Beckley's had leads in multiple games where they've really given the lead back.
Beckley trying to build some momentum. They're one game below 500, trying to get to 500, win their third in a row. Graham came here on a hot streak, winners of 8 in a row. They're 9-1. But they're going to need a big second half if they're to come back. And, of course, obviously they got plenty of time to do it. In the lane, Martin puts the shot up in traffic. It won't go, and Clary corrals the rebound for Beckley.
Well, I guess they said if you're not going to call it down on the other end, we're going to make it even. What a catch.
And Clark able to catch, shoot, and score.
Wow. Sorry about that, Maris. That was an amazing athletic catch there.
And a 7-0 run for Beckley out of the locker room, and Graham calls a timeout. 5.5 remaining in the third. Beckley with its biggest lead at 13, 42-39. Is it going to be a full timeout? Let's see if it is. It will, no, a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here.
So maybe we're going to get the end of this on the replay. Didn't quite have it, but it was an amazing catch as Clark climbed the ladder for that one.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Edward Jones. There are 4 potential options for your 401k when leaving your employer. So if you're ready to retire, you're ready to change jobs, just reach out to Heather Cantley, Tracy Houck, Brooke Dempsey, or Ben Worley at Edward Jones. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. Hart's Cabinets been around since 1974, and they're a proud sponsor of local sports. You can dial them up, 252-2917. But if you're Graham right now, Eric, as Beckley, through the first 2.5 minutes to start this second half, have scored the first 7 points and are up double digits, this is a danger zone because Beckley could run away and hide. If you're Graham, you've got to find a way in the next 5.5 minutes to try to get this lead down to single digits.
And one thing was good about that timeout, two facets. One, you get to, draw something up and try to get a much-needed bucket here.
Fix on the turnaround, it won't go. And Burdett with the rebound, and go ahead and finish that thought.
I think the other one was to work the refs, like, come on, man. We got fouled that last one.
Burdett, are they going to bail him out?
That was a charge.
Yeah, that's a good call because Burdett was looking, to get bailed out there as he threw the ball up toward the basket, and the official's right on it, and Burdett is whistled with his second foul. But after Graham led 19-16 in the first quarter, it was Beckley's defensive pressure and how they played on the defensive end of the floor, Eric, that got Beckley back and got them this lead, and that's why they led by 6 at the break. They lead by 13 now. DeCibio has the ball poked out from behind on the drive, and Beckley turns it over. But now Beckley got the turnover, and now Graham. Here's DeCibio off the dribble. Lays it down low. Little short shot won't go. The putback, and Burdett picks up his third foul as he fouls Gage Palmer. So Gage Burdett fouls Gage Palmer. Palmer will get to the line to shoot 2. And let's see if Coach Kidd is going to leave Burdett out there with 3 fouls.
Yeah, he has to be aware that is 3.
Actually, they called it on Clark, right?
Oh, well, that's his third.
Yeah, so take your pick. But I thought Burdett was the one that looked like it hacked him from behind as the free throw is good. And this stops a 7-0 Beckley run to start this second half.
And first point of the quarter for Graham at the 4:44 mark of the third.
So here's Palmer. Second free throw on its way, and it is good.
Silky smooth from the line.
So, yeah, Eric, we played 3 minutes and change, and Graham yet to have a field goal in quarter number 3. Here's A.J. Thomas with it, finds Robinson, and Robinson throws it away. Here's Martin. There's a 3-ball to Scibio in the corner, and it sticks between the rim and the glass. And like I've said before,
Charles Barkley
says, even if the arrow is in your favor, if you shoot a ball like that, you should never get the ball back. But in this case, Graham will get the ball back.
Because it's a jump ball.
Correct.
And that's one of those rules I don't like. You got penalized, you got rewarded for a bad shot.
That's what Barkley says. As Martin able to score, and that's Graham's first field goal of this second half. And Graham has scored the last 4.
Yeah, but right back in it.
Here's Preston Clary on a drive. He whips a pass to Clark. They find A.J. Thomas, 3 ball. That's going to be short. You can tell when he shot it. And Clark has picked up his 4th personal foul. And that's a big call as immediately Jones for Beckley gets off the bench, and he'll check in as Clark will have to sit down with 4 personal fouls.
Yeah, and that's one of those, man, that you can't.
Right there. You just can't do that.
Can't do it.
Reach in.
Can't do it.
You can bump a guy maybe on a drive that you can get away with, but you can't get away with that.
Yeah, that's – and right now here, this is what the Beckley team does.
And
They're start out with 7 points as they will talk about this coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, let's see if we got a 30 or a full as Coach Kidd calls a timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 3:58 left, third quarter. 42-33 the Beckley lead. We'll be right back on Video Productions.
Hey, grab me 1 too.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
With Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry as we are back here in Beckley. 3:58 remaining here in the third quarter, and Beckley's up 42-33. Graham led 19-16 at the quarter. Beckley had a big second quarter, led by 6 at the break, 35-29. Beckley scored the first 7 points to start the second half to get the lead to 13, and now Graham with a chance to cut even further into the lead, Eric, on this possession.
Well, here's a stat that Graham has to improve on. They start at 4 or 5 from 3, and they are 1 and 8 counting that shot from 3 since the first quarter.
Yeah, as DeCivio left it short. Beckley with the ball. Here's Preston Clary with it. 3.5 to go in the third. Clary on the drive. Little floater into the lane. It won't go. It's tipped out by Jones, and it's out to Burdett. Burdett will drive. Little mid-range shot. Pull up and knock it down.
50-50 ball right there, kept alive by Jones and Clary.
Yeah, and that's a play that won't show up in the stat line, but that's a nice hustle play by Jones, able to tip that ball back, and Beckley back in front by double digits. Here's Martin, and he's kind of cooled off since that first half. And here's a guy, Kennard. He's really not been able to get it going. Fix will dial it up for 3, and it will get the roll and go. And that's a big bucket by Fix.
His first point since the first quarter.
Burdett in trouble. Gets the ball to Robinson. Beckley got numbers, 2-on-1. Burdett down to Jones. Jones with easy layup. Nice pass by Clary, and Jones able to finish.
And that gets Jones into double figures.
Palmer down low on the block. Now DeCivio, he'll dial it up from downtown. A little strong, and Jones skies high for the Beckley rebound.
A way to keep it high, big fella, right there, because you don't want to bring it down and make yourself small.
Here's Burdett on the move. Whips a pass into the corner. Burdett down the lane, tacks the basket, lays it up, won't go. Jones will clean it up. And Beckley in front by 12. Beckley's led by as many as 13 tonight.
And Jones has 12.
Yeah, one of the better offensive games we've seen out of him this year.
Well, this is back-to-back. He led the way against Oak Hill with 12 points.
DeCivio thought about the 3, put it on the deck.
And you see now they're tentative behind 3 because they're 2 for 8 since starting 4 or 5.
And
now,
that one is short.
2 for 9.
Yes, as Robinson clears the rebound.
And right here, 1:39 to go. We're on the rolling clock in the third. 2 for 11, excuse me, check myself on that.
Down low, A.J. Thomas finds Jones, and he's fouled from behind, and Jones will get to the line as the big fella doing work for Beckley, and he'll shoot a pair.
And good dump off here by good, better, best.
And that's a good foul. You want Jones to earn it at the free throw line.
Yeah, and I like how Jones was going to finish with his right hand, and that's a good hard foul. And that was on Gage Palmer, his second.
Jones getting better and better. A freshman, as he makes the first free throw, this equals the largest lead of the game at 13. He can give Beckley its largest lead if he knocks this down, as Doug Palmer will check into the lineup. So Graham will have 2 Palmers on the floor. Gage Palmer is number 11, Doug Palmer number 10. And Jones makes them both, and Beckley has its biggest lead of the ball game here at 14 points. And they make Martin really work to get the ball up the floor. Robinson's like all in his hip pocket.
Yeah, the defense, offense is sparing.
And now we got a foul.
It's going to be on Robinson,
Yeah.
but that's one I don't really mind.
Well, I will say this, Eric. If all the contact that happened up the floor that they'd let go, they called that. But you're right. I think if you're Coach Kidd, you don't really mind that. But that is the fourth team foul.
And you're right. That wasn't real egregious, as far as fouls go. But
Fix down low. The ball's blocked by Burdett. Tipped out to Martin. They go inside to Fix again, and the ball's knocked free. Martin has it as we go under a minute for the third quarter. Martin attacks the rim, scoops it up, and draws the foul. That's a beautiful, tremendous offensive play by Martin. But if Graham is going to get back into the game.
And that'll be Gage Burdett's third.
Yes. If Graham's going to get back in the game, they have to take a page out of what Beckley has done and do it on the defensive end.
Yeah, and the one thing after if they make here, you're going to see this full court pressure, which Beckley is broken, but it hasn't been easy.
But he does not complete the three-point play, Martin, and Beckley has the ball up 12. And Burdett throws it away. He thought Clary was going to spot up in the corner, and Clary, I think if he would have kept going, and Beckley turns it over.
I think Gage Burdett thought that got tipped. I did as well, but
apparently not. So here is Graham with a chance to get this in single digits on this possession. DeCivio shaking and baking, and he'll draw the foul, and he'll get to the line, and he'll try to get it to a 10-point game with 38.8 left here in quarter number 3.
And this will be DeCivio's.
So DeCivio will shoot a pair. And the first free throw is no good.
Short. Looks like those legs are going a little bit. Got to dig deep here, young man, make this free throw.
But, Eric, you look, Beckley, Graham had 19 in the first quarter. And now here we are, 38.8 left in the third, and they only got 38. So they've scored more in the first quarter, basically almost as much as they have in the second and third quarter combined. They scored 20 points in the second and up to this point of the third quarter after having 19 in the first quarter. And that's a kick ball, and that'll stay with Beckley. But, Eric, I think unless you get a layup, if you're Beckley, you're up 11 with 27.4 for the third. I think I would hold it for the final shot as we watch that last play. Wouldn't you? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I definitely. Unless you get a layup out
As I said, unless you get a layup,
unless you get this layup,
you want to make sure that Graham does not get another possession, and they might get one, because Beckley turns it over, and they get a layup out of it, and the layup is scored by Gage Palmer, and it cuts Beckley's lead to single digits in the final 15 seconds of the third. So we've got to believe last shot time now for Beckley. Robinson will dial it up for three and head right down the chute for Robinson. And that's how the third quarter will end. At the end of three, Beckley will have a 12-point lead going to the fourth. It's Beckley 53, Graham 41. Back with the fourth quarter after this on Video Productions.
We gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports, has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Midstate Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Midstate Ford, home of the Big John deals.
At Access Health, many of our physicians begin their journey here. They trained with us, grew with us, and chose to stay because Access Health isn't just where their careers began, it's where they found home. Here, caring means more than medicine. It's knowing your patients and being part of their lives. They've grown with Access Health and with the community that welcomed them. What sets Access Health apart isn't just the care we give, it's the people who grow with us and the community we call home. Access Health. When the need grows, so do we.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. They have all your favorite Italian dishes, plus sandwiches, salads, and seafood as well. I ate at Pasquale's last night. I would highly recommend the baked ziti. Pasquale's, mamma mia. All right, we start the fourth quarter as Robinson hit that big three, Eric, ahead of the third quarter buzzer, and Beckley can now do double damage, scoring on the last possession of the third and perhaps the first possession of the fourth as they have the ball to start quarter number 4.
Yeah, and Graham's going to have to turn it up defensively, so you have to take advantage if you're Beckley. Going to have to play up on you, guard you, but run your offense.
But like I said, Lucas Rain, as good a player as he is, he's not seen the floor tonight, and I think you were correct when A.J. Thomas coming off the bench. I think he's really sparked Beckley, and Beckley really turned it up defensively in that second quarter. Here's Clary off the dribble. Jones, the big fella, backing his way in. They double team him.
A little too far out for him to receive that one.
15-footer from the left elbow is short by Burdett, but they called traveling on A.J. Thomas. When the whistle blew, Eric, I thought maybe his foot was on the baseline, but they called travel. So the ball will be turned over to Graham. Beckley is led by as many as 14. They lead by 12 now. And Graham led 19-16 at the end of the quarter. Beckley led 35-29 at the break. Here's a drive by DeCivio, and that'll be a foul on Robinson, I do believe.
Yeah, tough break, tough defend right there. Didn't cut the baseline off and pick up. And that's one thing the Beckley defense is doing now. They're closing out, and the early makes by DeCivio Maris made that foul because he had to close out on the shooter, and that's
get the ball
easy.
Down low. Yeah, Fix is able to get a fix as he's able to catch, shoot, and score on your right. Easy right there at the rim. So Beckley, just a minute into the fourth quarter, a 10-point game. And Beckley's got to take care of the ball here as they break the pressure. They get the ball down low to Jones on the low block. Robinson off the dribble to the left elbow from 15. It won't go, but Jones with an offensive rebound, attacks the basket. He's blocked from behind. Ball's out of bounds over to Graham. Beckley had a couple of good looks at it, Eric, and not able to score. So Graham trying to get the game into single digits, and they can do that on this possession.
And this is where you just have to play good defense. But now the foul trouble is going to stick out as far as for Beckley. You have Burdett on the floor with 3.
Clark on the bench with 4.
And Jaden Robinson with 3.
Yep. Here's Graham.
And you're playing this man-to-man. You just got to really play tough. Going to get a high ball screen here.
DeCivio wants a screen. He'll go off the dribble, tack the rim, scoop it up. Wild shot. It won't go, but he'll draw the foul and get to the line. And like you said, Eric,
that's a bailout.
Fouls are starting to mount up, even though that's only the second team foul.
And that's going to be on A.J. Thomas. That'll be his third.
Yeah, personal foul. So 3 on A.J. Thomas, 3 on Burdett. Clark on the bench with 4.
And that's 2. That was a bailout foul right there. That was going to be a tough make.
And DeCivio's first free throw is good. And now Graham is within single digits and trying to get a little closer if DeCivio can knock this one down.
Yeah, and right now Beckley's been outscored 3-0 in the fourth.
Second free throw on its way, and DeCivio makes them both. So it's now an 8-point game.
Right on his average, 17.
And Graham will extend the pressure. Here's Burdett. Over to Clary. Robinson for 3, and he banked it in. You're living well when you're in the corner and you spot up and you bank it home. As DeCivio will drive, he'll put up a shot, no good. Offensive rebound is good by Palmer. And Graham wants a timeout. Let's see if it's a 30-second timeout.
Which Palmer put that in?
That would be Gage Palmer. As we watch this bank shot, look at this, a little kiss off the glass from the corner. That's living well when you do that. Tonight's game is brought in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. If you need some plumbing and heating, if you need that done, you need to remember this number. It's very easy to remember, 304-253-HELP for Modley's. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. Love me some Cracker Barrel. They have great home-cooked meals And to check out their menu, you can go to crackerbarrel.com. Also, the game tonight brought to you by Spartan Factory. Spartan Factory has T-shirts, uniforms, for whatever it is for your school, your church. You can check them out on the website, SpartanFactoryWV.com. They're located in Beckley. Well, 54 remaining the fourth, and it is, I have 56. Did they not count that Robinson as a 3?
That was a 2.
I beg your pardon. I counted it as a 3. They called it a 2. I thought it was a 3.
It was a 3?
Well, I thought it was a 3, but the ones that count. Well, I was thinking that it was a 3, but apparently no, they've called it a 2, so that is 55-47. So out of the timeout, Beckley will have it. It's now an 8-point game. But it looked, for me watching it in real time, that it was a 3, but
you know why?
Because
no. It's a steal.
And there's a steal and a foul. Did they call it a Graham foul?
They called it a Graham foul.
As Clary looks like he took a shot there in his leg.
Called it on Martin.
Yeah, and Martin's like in disbelief. Let's watch this play again. Let's see where the foul is on Martin. There's the pass. And that's a tough pass to make.
Oh,
yeah.
He cleared him out.
Yeah.
1st and 10 the other way.
Didn't see it at first.
Yes.
And what do we got? Clary looked like he's going to have to come out of the game a little injured.
Yeah, that was a tough collision.
So now Coach Ron Kidd is going to have to, and they'll bring in Lucas Rainey. So Lucas Rainey hasn't played at all. This is his first action of the ball game.
Hey, it doesn't matter who starts the game, it's who finishes the game.
That's right.
And Lucas, team player, senior, he'll come up big and play some big minutes here.
So Rainey into the ball game for the first time for Beckley. And here's Burdett with it. And Beckley, that was a break for them because they had an 8-point lead and they thought it was going to be a turnover. And Rainey right off the bench, and that's an air ball as he launches that 3 from the corner. And Martin will push it up. DeCibio open. He hesitated, now they go in the post. Fix will dial it up from downtown and hit right down the chute. And just like that, Graham was within 5. At the 5-minute mark, Jones ahead of the field. Catch, shoot, and score. A career night for that young man as Jones able to finish. Defensive breakdown, Eric, for Graham on that play.
Big time, but that was a much-needed basket after a big 3.
And there's a foul on A.J. Thomas. That'll be his 4th. They called it on the drive.
And I like that foul by A.J. Thomas. He was beat on the play, foul on the floor.
DeCibio thought he should be getting to the line, but that won't be the case as Preston Clary gets set to check in for the stretch run. It's crunch time with 4:46 left here in the fourth quarter, and Beckley with a 7-point lead.
And now that's 4 on A.J. Thomas, but had to take that one. And once again, the foul situation favors the Graham G-men.
So you got to think, when does Clark go back in the game with 4 fouls?
Yeah, you have to. Well, 4 minutes to go. You have to have him at your disposal because he defended well in the post.
And you think Coach Kidd would trust the player, Clark, as they try to get the ball down low to Scipio. It's knocked out by Burdett. It'll stay with the G-men of Graham.
Well, good help. What they're trying to do, they're trying to go at A.J. Thomas right here. For one, he has 4 fouls.
And 2 size.
But great help defense and good job of fronting. You have to front that post entry pass and hit right on cue. I think Kingston Clark's coming in for
Clark
AJ.
with 4.5 to go. So
yes, I like this substitution right here.
If you're Clark, you got to play smart. You got 4 fouls. And if you're Graham, you want to attack right at Clark, right?
Yeah.
You want to go right to him.
You want to go right at him.
So Graham trying to get it in, and they just do to Fix in traffic. A little spin move, and it's good. What a nice shot by Fix. And once again, Graham within 5 as we come up to 4:25 left here in the fourth quarter.
And this half-court pressure has really gotten to Beckley a little bit.
Clary will dial it up, wide open for 3 and deliver. A 3-ball and gives Beckley a little breathing room, takes the lead to 8 as we come up on the halfway point of the fourth quarter. DeCibio will try to answer back, and he does right down the chute. Beckley, will that be a turnover? Yes, it will. Beckley turns it over. So the pressure forces a Beckley turnover, and Graham trying to get a little closer. Plenty of time left with 3:45 and counting. As Fix will bring it up. They want to get the ball in the hands of DeCibio. DeCibio off the drive, into the lane, tacks the rim, lays it up. He'll draw the foul and get to the line. As A.J. Thomas will now check back into the game. So Eric, Beckley's going to have 2 players on the floor with 4 fouls each. And really, if you're Jones, that's all you can do. You got to be the rim protector. You got to commit the hack on that.
Yeah, and a good play by Jones. Make him go to the free throw line and earn it. But DeCibio is 3 of 5.
And the first free throw was good. As we say all the time.
4 or 5.
Not how many you make, but when you make it. So you got A.J. Thomas on the floor for Beckley and Kingston Clark on the floor for Beckley. Each have 4 fouls, and Beckley's got 4 team fouls.
Yeah, to 1. 4 fouls to 1.
And DeCibio, if he makes this, can make this a 1-possession game. Free throw on its way, and he does just that. Beckley led by as many as 14. The lead's 3 now. Here's Burdett. Race the ball up the floor. Clary off the dribble. And here's a steal. A beautiful play by Graham. And we got an offensive foul as Burdett able to take that charge as Doug Palmer just runs over Burdett, and Burdett looks like he's shaking up a little bit. We'll watch the replay here. Coming right at you, all up in his chest.
Yes.
Clearly an offensive foul.
But the bravery of Burdett to turn it over, but, I mean, not to get sulk after he turned it over and take a big charge. But here's the point of the contest. You have to realize, though, if you're Beckley, you do have the lead. Play with the lead, and they only have 2 team fouls. You just have to be strong with the ball and make good decisions.
You got to make good passes if you're Beckley. Graham trying to pick up a steal, and there's a foul right there. That's an easy play to call as Doug Palmer will get whistled for the Graham foul. That'll be the team's 3rd and his 2nd, and it'll be side out for Beckley across the way. So A.J. Thomas will put it in play as we get ready to come up on the 3-minute mark of this 4th quarter. And Beckley with a 1-possession lead, and they almost turned it over. A.J. Thomas will tack the rim, lay it up and in. A.J. Thomas, one of his better offensive games.
Delay a game.
Delay a game on Beckley. And the next time, if there is a next time, that's a technical foul.
Yeah, delay a game.
And if you're Coach Ron Kidd, you want to make sure there's not a next time.
Yeah, hey, but that's an old school tactic right there. But
yeah. Well, the thing is, they know you can get away with it once, right?
That's right.
So big possession for both teams. And DeCibio is who they want to handle the ball out front. You like DeCibio and Martin both off the drive. They've both been able to get to their spot. And DeCibio tries to turn the corner. Here's a 3 dialed up. That's an air ball. That was not maybe the shot, if you're Graham, you wanted. And they turn it over right to DeCibio, and he lays it up and in.
Why not call a timeout? Be cerebral right there. You're trapped, and you throw it away under your bucket.
Full timeout, 2:25 left in the 4th quarter. 1-possession game, 62-59, the Beckley lead. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Hey, grab me one, too.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's crunch time here in Beckley. 2:25 left in regulation. Beckley had a lead by as many as 14. That was back in the third quarter. Eric, they led by 12 when we started this quarter. The lead is 3 now, and Beckley has possession of the ball.
Foul situation. Beckley with 4. Next foul puts the Graham G-men in the bonus, and Graham only has 3.
Beckley breaks the pressure, get it in the front court. And they need to call another timeout as they had Burdett trapped right in front of the Beckley bench. That'll be a 30-second timeout.
Can't pick your dribble up right where he did, but I'm glad that he utilized the timeout.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. Leisure Lanes has a 24-lane bowling center with a full-service restaurant. Bring your family, join a league, book your next birthday party at Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley, 304-253-7328. Also, the game tonight brought to you in part by Infinity Coal. Infinity Coal has a coal division located in Sophia, West Virginia. They're built on a foundation of safety, innovation, and teamwork. The good people at Infinity Coal. Well, Eric, 2:14 remaining in regulation. Beckley will inbound the ball. They'll have to do it right there in front of their bench. First of all, they got to get the ball in. That's the first thing. And they've got to be strong with the ball, and they've got to make sure they make crisp passes. On the defensive side, if you're Graham, you see if you can try to trap the ball and see if you can get a turnover and get a run out.
Yeah, and to this point in the contest, there have been 3 ties and 3 lead changes, but none really in the second half as Beckley's really taken the control of the contest. But this is where this Beckley team has not been able to finish, and you'll agree with me
right.
on this. There's got to be a lot of nervousness with this team. South Charleston game's the only one that they held on to get the win.
The ball comes into Preston Clary. And it was almost a steal. Robinson fortunate to get it back. He'll drive down the lane. He'll pull up. He'll lean in. And he got bailed out because I thought he traveled.
He did.
And he got bailed out, and he'll get to the line. And Graham thought he traveled.
He picked the whole crowd thought he traveled.
Yeah, as we watch the replay.
As we look. Let's see
right
on the
here,
step
coming
through.
right at you. He stopped. He slid. And he leaned in again. But Robinson at the free throw line. And the free throw is good. Now both teams with 4 fouls each, team-wise, as the next free throw is no good. He makes 1 of 2, but an offensive rebound, and Clark puts it back up and in. So they get the 3-point play the hard way, but it's a full possession game. 6-point lead as we go under 2 for the game.
And now both teams have to play mistake-free defense, really, and you got DeCibio down on the baseline.
Martin trying to create space. The shot is short. Good defense by Clary. And Beckley with the ball. The ball is knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Beckley. So now Eric is going to come down to making free throws to seal the game.
This is where you can seal the game. Try to get it. You have good free throw shooters all over the court.
Robinson, he lost it, got it back, and he traveled, I believe. Yep, he sure did.
Is that a travel?
Well, he lost it, and he got it back.
But he never dribbled it.
Yep. The officials say he traveled. And Coach Ron Kidd is thinking maybe what you're thinking, Eric. But on the turnover, Graham will have it. They got to get it in. And they finally do in the backcourt. And here's Palmer with it. They got to go fast. 1.5 minutes remaining. DeCibio, and he'll draw the foul. And that's a good foul by Burdett. You can't let DeCibio catch that ball and get to the rim. So with the clock stopped, 1.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter, Beckley up 65-59. That'll be 2 shots for DeCibio.
And that's 4 on Gage Price.
Yep. So Price.
DeCibio is 4 of 4 in the fourth quarter from the free throw line.
Gage Burdett, you mean? As
yes.
The free throw is good.
Gage Burdett.
So Burdett's got 4. Clark's got 4. And A.J. Thomas has 4 for Beckley. As DeCibio makes the first of 2. Second free throw on its way. He left it short. Clark gets the rebound over to Clary. And that's the guy you want with the ball in his hands because he's your best free throw shooter.
Now that's smart basketball there.
5-point lead, and Burdett's in trouble. And there's a foul, and that'll be free throw time. That'll get Burdett to the line. So Beckley trying to hang on here, Eric, over the last 118. And if they do, they'll get to 500 for the first time this season, and they'll have won. They'll have be on a 3-game winning streak, and they'll stop Graham's 8-game winning streak. But we still got 118 remaining.
Okay.
So here's Burdett. He'll shoot a pair.
So clarification on that. it wasn't the steps. It was on the walk, on the travel call. The refs were correct. He threw it to himself.
Yeah.
He passed it, went and caught it and dribbled.
Yeah, he lost control of the ball. Then he was the first to gain possession of it. As the second free throw is good, Burdett rattles them both in, and the lead's 7. And Graham's got to go fast. If you're Beckley, you don't want to foul. Here's a three by DeCibio. That won't go. Clark skies high for the rebound, but he turns it over. DeCibio will lay it in with the left hand. You got to foul if you're Graham. You don't want to foul Clary. He's the team's best free throw, and they do that with 57.9 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
And one thing I want to say to young man Kingston Clark, great rebound, great presence, but terrible outlet pass.
Yeah.
He just wanted to get rid of it like it was a hot potato, and he threw it. Great assist to DeCibio on that. Did everything right but the pass.
So one of Beckley's best free throw shooters, if not their best free throw shooter, Preston Clary will step up to the line, and he'll shoot a pair and try to help seal the deal here for Beckley. They lead by 5 with just under a minute remaining here in the fourth quarter. The free throw is good. So it's a 2-possession game. If Clary can make it, he'll take it to a 3-possession game. And the second free throw on its way, and it's good. He got them both. Graham's got to go quick. And if a 3 shows, they will take it. But DeCibio's like, I'm going to get 3 the old-fashioned way, and that would have counted had it went in. And, you know, to me, if you're Beckley, if you're Robinson, I think you just let him go because you don't want to have the contact.
Yeah.
That was almost an and one as we watched the replay coming right at you.
So DeCibio came in averaging 17. He has 12 in this quarter with a chance to add to it.
So 2 free throws coming for Channing DeCibio, and the first free throw on its way is good. Another thing, it allows Graham to score with the clock stopped.
And the second make will allow them to set the defense. This game's far from over.
6-point Beckley lead right now, 69-63. And he misses the second one, and we got a foul. And Eric, as I'm looking, Beckley has only scored over 70 one time, and that was back on December 30th.
And that
when
was
they
in a loss.
Right, and they lost to James Monroe 81-79. Is they call that, it looked like it was going to be a held ball, and they call that a foul.
Well, they called the foul on the person that didn't have him tied up.
So it'll be Burdett at the line. Yes, we think, Eric, that this game through this fourth quarter will be extended out from free throws.
Yeah, and you got to be able to make.
So Burdett trying to add a little more distance between his team and Graham, and the first free throw is good. So for the second time this year, Beckley has hit the 70 mark. And if you're Beckley, I would think you might even want to go back and play a zone because it's an 8-point advantage. Just don't give up anything easy. You don't want to foul. As Fix will dial up a 3, it's short. Battle for the rebound. And it's put back up. No good by DeCibio. Clark comes out of there with it. Burdett has it. And Clary's the guy you want to have the ball in his hands. Robinson with it to Clark. Just wait for the foul. Robinson says, here's the easy way to score, and that's to lay it up and in, and that should do it. 10-point lead in the final 25 seconds. And Beckley's going to win their 3rd straight game as that shot is partially blocked. And what do we got here, a held ball or a foul? We've got a held ball, and the arrow will keep it with Graham. So Beckley's going to win their 3rd game in a row. They're going to get to 500 at 5-5. Graham's 8-game winning streak is going to be snapped, and they're going to go to 9-2 as we watch the replay here, Eric. And it's a held ball. So
they call it a jump ball?
Yeah, Graham has the possession. Everybody's walking down on this end thinking it's a foul, but they call it a held ball, and the arrow's pointing toward Graham. We'll have a quick wrap-up after this one. 18.6. Ball comes to DeCibio. He'll put it on the deck, tack the rim, off the glass, up and in. And a quick timeout by Graham as that cuts the lead with 14.1 to 73-65. We'll keep it here. We want to be able to thank all of our sponsors, including State Farm Insurance, Scotty Brown, Direct Choice, Allstate Insurance, Lori Richmond, Exit Elevation Realty. The broker is Luke Richmond and associate broker Steve Morgan. Edward Jones with 4 financial advisors, Ben Worley, Heather Cantley, Tracy Howe, Brooke Dempsey, Hart's Cabinets, Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley, Infinity Coal in Sophia, Pasquale's Italian Restaurant, Pepsi of Southern West Virginia, Modley's Plumbing and Heating, Spartan Factory, and of course, Cracker Barrel. And we appreciate them for what they do by having us here at Video Productions the opportunity to have these games, plus all of our in-game commercials as well. And we appreciate everybody for what they do to get their, and also Video Productions helps get their product out there, Eric, as well.
Yes, it's an honor and a pleasure to call these games. And hats off to both of these teams, man. They battled from the tip to the end, and you see Graham's definitely not giving in.
I think you would agree, Eric, that Beckley, and they should be able to hang on over the next 14.1 as A.J. Thomas calls a timeout. This will be Beckley's best win of the season. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, this is against another quality opponent. South Charleston's pretty up there as well.
South Charleston is,
you're talking about a hot team that's coming in.
In Graham. Right.
Well coached, I must say, and athletic. Both teams going at it. It's been a battle.
Well, the reason I think this is the best win, and it's not to slight anybody else. Oak Hills right now, they're below 500. Beckley's beat them twice. They did get a tough win over South Charleston, and we know they've got a good team, and I think they're going to make a push in AAA. But as you mentioned, Graham coming in here, they're 9-1, and they've won 8 in a row. It's a hot team coming in, and I think this will be Beckley's best win.
A hot, confident team came in here. They had, they came in thinking they were going to win the game for sure.
Of course, Tuesday night we'll be right back here. And, Eric, it seems like when we showed up here for the Little General event, and we were here for that for 2 nights, and then all last week with the New River event, and then here a couple nights this week. It doesn't seem like we ever left here. I think we live here, right?
Hey, I like it. Same spot, man. This is lovely.
Yeah, this is nice. It'll be Beckley and Martinsburg on Tuesday. And then you know what? And I'll get to this point in a minute as Preston Clary has it, and I don't think Graham will foul. As soon as I say that, will they? They'll probably just let Beckley run the clock out, and that's what they're going to do. So Beckley's going to get their 3rd straight win and win this game 73-65. With the win, Beckley's now 5-5, and Graham's 8-game winning streak has been snapped, and Graham is now 9-2. We will take a break, and we'll come back and get you ready for the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show coming up next here on Video Productions.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the noise of it. Ha!
They've tested the seats, the screens, and the tires as well. Now it's your turn. Northside Chevy GMC, approved by kids, loved by everyone. Chevrolet, together let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade.
Northside Levy, really alright. Ha!
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy Trail, fuel up the way West Virginia's do. A Little General Store. From the trail snacks to cold drinks and fuel to keep you rolling, we've got everything you need before you head into the hills. We're proud to be part of your ride, rooted in West Virginia and built for the backwoods. Little General Store. Fuel your adventure. For West Virginia.
And we welcome you back to the Dave Barksdale Court here in Beckley to Raleigh County Convention Center with Eric Thomas. I'm Maris Lowry. And Beckley has defeated Graham by the score of 73-65. This is the second time this year that Beckley has scored 70 or more. And this game started with Graham leading the first quarter, 19-16, but a big second quarter for Beckley, and they really, I think, shifted this game with their play on the defensive end of the floor in the second and third quarters, as they led 35-29 Beckley at the break. They opened the lead at 12 at the end of three. They did lead by as many as 14 at 50-36, but the lead was 53-41 at the end of three. And Graham made a nice run, and the closest Graham got was 3 points, but they couldn't get any closer, and Beckley able to hold them off and win the ball game 73-65. Beckley's now won 3 in a row. They are now 5-5, and Graham's 8-game winning streak is now snapped. They are 9-2. We're going to go inside the numbers of this win for Beckley, and inside the numbers are brought to you by Direct Choice Pre-Owned Vehicle Lot, located at 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley. West Virginia's best selection, best prices on pre-owned vehicles. Direct Choice is a proud supporter of local sports. And also inside the numbers, brought to you by Allstate Insurance. And you're in good hands with Allstate, and you're in good hands with Lori Richmond as your agent. You can dial Lori up at 304-252-8646. Lori is at Market Road in Beckley. All right, Eric, you have the numbers for the Beckley victory.
Well, the numbers I'll go over, as you stated, Graham came in the game with 3 guys averaging in double figures, and boy, did they all show up. Channing DeCibio put on the show in the second half. He came in averaging 17, Maris. He finishes with 30 on the night. Fix came in averaging 10. He finished with 15. And Ty Martin came in averaging 15 and finished with 12. But the problem is they didn't have much other support. And the key to the contest was the balance of Beckley. Graham went to the free throw line 15-11. Real good shooting from the free throw line. But Beckley had 4 players in double figures, led by Jaden Robinson's 19. Isaiah Jones had 16. Preston Clary 12, but I held the last double-figure score just for one reason. A.J. Thomas came off the bench to score 10 points and hit 2 big threes, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and I thought he lifted up the level of defense, their defensive play. And Gage Burdett knocked on the double figures door with 8, but he finished 4 of 4 down the stretch shooting free throws as Beckley was able to make 13 out of 14 from the line.
Yeah, Beckley this season has shot free throws better this year than in recent memory, right?
I mean, the team totals
together.
I said at one point in the game, I said they have 5 good free throw shooters out there.
Yeah, and also that's how you close games when you get leads, and also a career high tonight for the young man Isaiah Jones. He had 16 points, you said, and that's his personal best in his high school career.
He scored in every quarter.
Yeah.
So he really, and a lot of them were putbacks too. 6 of 7 from the floor. I mean, that's big for the young man. And also went to the free throw line and was 4 of 4 from the free throw line.
So I think that's something that Coach Kidd could really be pleased with, to have, Jones step up like that, because, as you know, Eric, when the season started, he was playing more in JV. He wasn't getting much varsity minutes, and now he's become a main option that Beckley can go to.
Wow, and look, the final totals I'm going to give. Beckley's best shooting performance by far, and this backs up what you stated. They shot a sizzling, 60% from the floor, 26 of 43.
Yeah.
8 of 12 from the three-point line.
Yeah. And, and even one of their best three-point shooters, Lucas Rainey, didn't play that much. He didn't start, and actually he didn't go into the ball game until I think it was a little less than 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
He played 56 seconds.
Yeah, so as I'm saying, I know he didn't play long.
The young man came in and shot.
And he missed it, and he came right out.
Kind of came back
out. So that's what it was. Well, that's going to wrap up a long day. Our day started early. We had WU Tech women start at 11 o'clock this morning.
A tremendous comeback by them, down 18 points.
And they come back and won. And we had the Tech men, you and I did at 1 o'clock. And the Tech men wasn't as fortunate as the women. Then in between, we got a little break, but there was JV action between Graham and the Beckley girls and Graham and the Beckley boys. And then the Beckley girls were able to step up and win. And right now, the Beckley girls have got something going as they extend their record to 7-2. They beat Graham 63-33. And then we closed out with the Beckley boys winning their 3rd game in a row, a 73-65 win. Your final take, Eric.
You said this was something that the Beckley boys can build on. Good momentum going in down the stretch here, and then try to string another victory together come Tuesday with a tough Martinsburg team coming to town.
And that'll be our next broadcast on Video Productions. It'll be Martinsburg and Beckley, airs at 7, tips at 7:30. We appreciate Brian Shepard making his way up here.
Boy, he makes us look really good.
Well, I need a lot of help in that in that category. I say I'm smart. They can make me smarter, or Brian can make me smarter. Also, we appreciate the heavy hitter. Mr. Nick Eskins doing a great job as always, and he's assisted by Andrew Boland, KB Cameron Ball. We appreciate his effort, and Jackie Moon and Alex Fink as well. Well, for my partner, Eric Thomas, I'm Maris Lowry, repeating the final score. Beckley defeats Graham 73-65. Good night, everybody.